Hey guys, Dave here with Serene Water Gardens. Today we are reattaching a liner on a skimmer box. This happens a lot after 10 plus years. The screws start to corrode, and then what happens is the seal also breaks, and water gets in behind. Water sits in this skimmer box right here, and it gets in behind the liner, and then it leaks. In this case, it was so bad. And happened for so long that this skimmer box actually floated up. So we had to completely remove the skimmer box, cut off all this plumbing. So now we're getting ready to attach the liner to this skimmer box. So a couple quick things. Number one, this is not the style that I typically use. I usually use an aquascape style skimmer box. This is a little bit different, but we're going to repair it for this customer anyways. This is a maintenance customer of ours, so we're going to repair it. Same general idea with everything though. So tools that you're going to need. So you're going to need a sharp utility knife. You're going to need black silicone. We use this aquascape black silicone right here. You're going to need a nut driver, 7/16 nut driver, 7/16 inch wrench, and then we use these 1/4 inch by 3/4 hex screws, nut, and then we use 2 fender washers. So a lot of times these skimmer box have grommets in them that you just can screw the screws in directly, but usually once they corrode, the grommets are no good. So we went ahead and we removed all the grommets out of these holes, and that's why we're going to use the fender washers and the nuts. So first step with this, obviously we need to get everything out, clean it all off. You can see Tyler actually did a real good job cleaning off the back side of this liner right here, as well as the front of the skimmer box, and then also the faceplate that's going to hold it all together right here. You clean the back of that off really well. So step one in this process right here is going to be to oh, let me back up a minute actually. One thing I do want to mention is really important if you install water features. Just a quick pro tip here. One thing you want to do is you always want to leave a lot of slack, a nice fold, a lot of slack here when you attach these. So when this does happen, you have enough liner that you can pull it up. You can see where the old area attached right here where it's cut out. Obviously we don't want to go through the same screw holes or drill new ones where there's still holes in the liner, so we want to be able to have a fresh piece. So by leaving the slack in the line, we pull this up and then reattach it below that section. Otherwise we would have had to seam another liner on. Not a big deal, but does take extra time to do that. So a lot of the aquascape base plates don't have this little insert in it. It's just this outside. This has the insert, so we're going to have to actually mark where that goes and cut this liner out ahead of time before we attach everything. I've got the faceplate on, so I know right where to cut this, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this liner. When I come to these corners, notice that that I turn the corners, I kind of round the edges as I go around them, and that's very important because if you just do straight lines right there, it creates a weak point where that liner could easily rip. So whenever cutting this this liner, whenever you're cutting it and you've got to make like a 90-degree turn, always round the edges. So, okay. I like to do is actually get this put in, and then I like to put the first couple screws in, the first top screws, just so they're marked and they're ready to go. So I just take like a small screwdriver and just poke it through that liner. Okay, and then you can take the screw, and I use the fender washers as well. And then get that first screw in there. Okay, so we ended up going ahead and bumping our 3/4 inch screws up to 1 1/4 inch screws. The 3/4 inch screws were just not quite long enough. So now I've got those through, and what I'm going to do is pull this off and just kind of set it down out of the way for now. Just like that. And now I'm just going to get a nice bead of silicone. Got some black silicone here. Aquascape silicone works really well, waterproof, fish safe, all that fun stuff. So what I do is I just outline, make sure I get it in the holes really good, and then I just outline all the way around. Okay, now you can see got a nice bead all the way around the outside of that. And so we've got these two screws already in. So now we can take this up and carefully push that back through. Find those first holes. So now I'll just take the my wrenches here, my nut driver. So now everything's secured on there pretty well. So now it's just a matter of going through and puncturing each hole. Oh, there you have it. So the liner is now reattached to the skimmer box. You can see there's a couple spots. I ran out of fender washers right here and right here. Not a big deal because the other washers, I put flat washers on there and they're fine. I just like to use the fender washers if I have them. But more importantly, where I drilled the grommets out, we used fender washers all the way around on that side and there. So you can see we've got a nice silicone bead going all the way around this skimmer box, so that's a good sign that we got enough silicone on there.